Here's how to choose the right price for your product to maximize sales and profitability. Working out a price for your product or service is a nightmare. If it's too expensive, people won't buy it. If it's too cheap, you're missing out on profit. There are three approaches that, regardless of how big or small you are as a business, people always fall back on. Calculate the cost and then add a percentage that feels right. Look at the market and see what other companies are charging, or asking customers what price would you be willing to pay. The problem is these are far from perfect. Let's look at socks as an example. If you went online and looked at what others are charging, you'll see a range from less than $1 on Amazon to over $35 a pair for some Paul Smith socks. And if you go out and ask people how much they'd be willing to pay for a pair of socks, you see that people generally choose a lower price than they'd be willing to pay in reality. Step in Peter van Westendorp. Van Westendorp worked out the price actually plays a bigger role in customers' decision-making process than just the money people have to hand over. Price also signals quality. He worked out that at either end of the scale, there will be prices that will put people off because they are either too cheap or too expensive. But then in between, there are prices that customers will see as expensive but will still buy, and bargains that people see as a great buy for the money. In between these two will be the sweet spot. And working this out isn't hard, it just involves asking people 4 questions. At what price would you consider this product or service to be priced so low that you feel the quality can't be very good? At what price would you consider this product or service to be a bargain, a great buy for the money? At what price would you say this product or service is starting to get expensive? And at what price would you consider the product or service to be so expensive that you would not consider buying it? I've written these questions in the description of this video so you can copy and paste them from there if you want to use them. When you have the answers to these questions, you simply want to plot the results for each one on a chart, which will give you something that looks like this, where you can see there is a line plotted for each of the questions we asked. Depending on your skill level, this may look quite complicated to create, but it's not. It's really easy to do in something like Excel or Google Sheets. And again, in the description, there's a link to another video that will show you how exactly to do it. So on this chart, you want to find a point where the too cheap line and expensive enough line intersect here, and where the too expensive and the bargain line intersect here. And between these 2 points, you have your range of acceptable prices to choose from. And the point where the too expensive and too cheap lines intersect, this is your optimal price point. And there you have it, the price you should be charging, with a little bit of wiggle room if you want to go a little bit higher or a little bit lower, depending on your costs. Now, the most important part in all of this is the part we skipped over, which is asking the right people these questions. If you don't know who to ask, or you don't have a list of people that you can ask, simply use a service like Google Surveys, where you can ask a nationally representative sample of people these questions. You can do this for as little as about $10. Ideally though, try and ask these questions to your target audience, especially if your product or service focuses on a specific niche. Watch enthusiasts pay more for watches, tech enthusiasts pay more for tech. So if we're intending on launching some luxury, cool design socks, we want to be asking these questions to some sock enthusiasts as well. And you can find these people all over the internet on things like Facebook groups, Reddit, or even just use a tool like SparkToro. But even better, if you already have an audience or a list of people that you're going to be selling your product or service to, ask them. They know you, they know your products, they know your brand, and you'll get an even more accurate and probably higher estimate of prices. To do this, there are plenty of free survey platforms out there that you can use. On the screen right now is a short video that takes you through 5 of the most popular ones out there. Click that if you want to continue and finish this journey of finding the right price, and make sure to subscribe if you'd like to see more videos in the future.